beautiful Wollongong Illawarra region, the gateway to the south coast of New South Wales. The iconic Wollongong Lighthouse stands out like a beacon for this beautiful stretch of coastline. The Sea Cliff and Bridge, along with Grand Pacific Drive, one of the most beautiful stretches of road in Australia. You are watching the Australian Selection Trials, brought to you by Dial Before You Dig, wonderful supporters of surf life saving and of course surf boat racing. Bugola Gold doing a great job today, 4 from 4 so far heading into round 5. They are well and truly on pace for the race to be the Australian selected crew. Allura with a bit of work to do. Grant Wilkinson their sweep, he'll make sure they charge home as well. Newport Makos, the brothers there, Lockie and James Brook, will be doing their thing as well. Lining up next to them, some rivals from the northern beaches of Sydney, South Curl, their sweep, Mark Spiteri. So that is the field as we head into Heat 1 action of round 5.
Go!
Oh, great action. We've got it covered from all angles here. You can hear, of course, the legendary sweep, Don McManus firing up, Bugola Gold. This is South Curl now, from the northern beaches of Sydney. Having quite the day as well, the South Curly boys. Busy day on Bugola Gold though as well. Second bowman, Mitchie Four, and of course the sweep for the women's crew, who are also competing today. So, not getting much of a break, is it for Mitch? But Bugola, yet to be beaten today. They've had 4 starts for 4 wins. You're on board now with Newport, the Makos. Another one of these crews from the northern beaches of Sydney. Their sweep Michael King really getting there, fired up. The stroke Alex Brown setting the pace for the rest of his crew. But it is Bugola Gold now. Wow, look at that. All crews hammering through some of the lumpy stuff here at Port Kembla. It's coming thick and fast. Another one. They launched through. Not so bad there for Bugola, but it's really hit the rest of the field. Has slowed them up. Bugola getting the best of it. The other crews still powering their way through. Newport, well and truly in the air. Their bowman, Lockie Brook, out of his seat. Bugola Gold, though, smooth stuff for them. Really easing into their work. They have opened up a nice little lead here, at least a boat length, if not a boat and a half ahead now, as they make a pretty smooth turn as well around the cans. And the race for home. It is Bugola, South Curl, Allura and the Newport Makos. That's how they are at the turn. How will it be at the finish? This is the Makos again. You can hear their sweet Michael King just timing his boys on the stroke. They've got a bit of work to make up if they're going to catch these lads. Bugola Gold.
And the power. Let's do it, boys. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, Donnie McManus. He's been around for an age. One of the legends of the sport. He's got his boys right on the pace today. They've been fantastic so far. The perfect start. 4 races, 4 wins. He looks over to his right and to his left. He knows he has got them. But the race is never over until it's over. Here come the back markers. Allura Wilco, they looked out of it at the turn, but they look like they've picked up a runner. They're at the top of screen. South Curl as well. They're really making Bugola Gold work for it. You can hear Don McManus. He's urging his boys on. He's got them right back on the pace now. South Curl look like they've dropped off, but Allura Wilco have picked up something of a runner. Bugola Gold, no, they're in for a ding-dong battle. They've won 4 from 4. Can they make it 5? Here comes Allura and the Makos from Newport. All 3 of them catch the same wave home. Well, this is interesting. It's hard to tell from the angle who's got it. The crews look across. They're not sure. This is going to go down to the judges. They're debating.
Well, I don't know for sure because the flag was right up the beach and we were trying to get to the line. And we had clear lead out the back and all the way back. And then when we got to the line, the other crews caught the wave on the other side of us and we were in ankle-deep water. So it just made it very difficult for us to get up to the line. So it could have went any way at all. We're not sure. I've never represented Australia, but I think it's very important. I think it's the pinnacle of our sport in our country. So it'd be very nice if we did.
We've just gotten the results from Heat 1. It was so close, and Allura Wilco, they've got it. They've got maximum points. They beat home South Curl. But incredibly, Bugola Gold, they were undefeated heading into round 5. They've finished third, only 8 points for them. How will that affect them in the overall title race? Heat 2 of round 5 and Ostermeer, they're the ones to catch. They are yet to be beaten in this race for overall line honours and be the Australian representative. Bulleye Gold will be breathing down their neck. Their sweep, of course, is Paul Jones. Also lining up in Heat 2 is Currumbin, the Barbars for so long, one of the benchmark crews in Australia. They're lining up as well. And rounding out this heat, Maroochydore with plenty of work to do if they are to press for outright honours today. So Grant Wilkinson, fresh from a win in Heat 1, joins me back in the commentary box. Wilco, well done.
Thanks, Jim. Always good to come in after a victory, especially over someone like Bill Gold, a class crew, and it was good to sneak away with it.
Absolutely. How are conditions? We can see the crews now heading out through this shore break. A little bit tricky, but not too big.
Yeah, the shore break is a little bit tricky. It doesn't look very big at all, but it's enough to stop you and just pull you up. Once you get out the back, there are plenty of runs on the way home, and we were fortunate enough to take advantage of that.
Well, I mentioned Currumbin at the start of the call. For so long, they've been one of these benchmark crews in Australia. They have struggled a bit today.
Yeah, they're on an off day for them. As you said, one of the benchmark crews, you look at the Barbars, and if you're on pace with them, you know you're doing well.
Fantastic shot there as the boats now really do hit top speed in the race out the back for the Cairns. Ostermeer Blue just having an absolute peach of a day, of course, are yet to be beaten today, and it's going to be hard to knock them down in this one as well.
Yeah, Ostermeer are in fine form at the moment, as are Bulleye, and you can see neck and neck going out here. Bulleye's probably got the favoured alley for the day, alley 2, but if one thing Jack Patterson from Ostermeer knows how to do is find a wave and chase it down. So this should be a good race to the finish.
Well, the other thing in this race too, Ostermeer Blue would have just seen the result in Heat 1 where Bagola Gold, who were undefeated heading into that one, of course, your crew did the job on them. So they were neck and neck heading into this overall points score race into this heat. Now, if Ostermeer win here, of course, they can just kick away a little bit at the top of the field. And indeed, they have turned first, so they are very much well on track.
You can see Ostermeer just turning around in front of Bulleye and Currumbin. Sweep Lyle Clark having his hand in the air. That generally means that he's been interfered with. So perhaps the Maroochydore, yeah, it looks like
Lyle
Clark,
he's looking back there, isn't he?
He's something's gone a little bit pear-shaped there. He's not too happy, but the Currumbin crew, they'll still recover from this. They'll come home as good as they can and hope for a wave to bring them back up.
We may hear a little bit more about that. Currumbin indeed not happy, but Ostermeer, they're all smiles. Look at this. They've got a great runner heading in for this race for line honours in Heat 2.
And Ostermeer waiting to see Bulleye on the same wave, waiting to see who can make the most out of this little runner and take it all the way through onto the shore.
But Ostermeer there, all smiles. Look, they look like they've got a runner. Can they get home? Oh, this is Maroochydore coming from the clouds. They've picked up a great run home. You would think only for the race for minor placings, but this is on to the finish line now. Ostermeer Blue, indeed, they are going to take it out. 5 straight from this great crew from the south coast of New South Wales, getting another one up from their local rivals, Bulleye. Another incredible performance there from Ostermeer Blue.
Yeah, both Illawarra crews showing the way there. Here we see Maroochydore and Currumbin all in their seats. They're staying in their seats here. The sweeps haven't called them back because they want to sprint the line. You see Maroochydore powering up early, trying to get that kick. Looks like Lyle Clark Currumbin, you can see him almost out of the boat. He's straining just to keep it straight. You've got full pressure on that oar.
Oh, great job indeed. He's almost out of the boat at right angles, as you say. Good enough for Currumbin to come home in third. It's Ostermeer, though, that remain undefeated. Maximum points again in Heat 2 of round 5 with 11. Home ahead of Bulleye Gold in second. Maroochydore rounding out that heat. They're lining up now for Heat 3 in round 5. Of course, points on the line, ever so important. The Manly Sawfish, well, a big win in round 4 saw them get through as one of the final 12 crews in the back half of this competition. Monavale, well, the 2-time and defending Australian champions, not having the best of days. Can they get on something of a roll in round 5? Nobby's one of these crews from Newcastle. Hit a bit of form as well today. A couple of good wins in rounds 2 and 3. They're in a bit of form as well as Northcliffe A. Well, you can always bank on these guys to do something pretty big as well. They're in third place, just 3 points off the pace heading into round 5. So well and truly one of the crews to catch, you would have to say, Grant Wilkinson.
Yeah, definitely one of the crews to catch. Monavale, interesting, one of the form crews, as you said, Australian, back-to-back Australian champions. Very good here, but not having their best of days.
That's them on screen, Monavale. You would expect a lot out of them today. You're racing now with Nobbies. You're on board with their crew as they crash through the breakers. How'd you like to be in the bow seat today going through those?
Just see, every time the bow lifts up of each boat, the bowman, the guy closest to the nose, will reach over, try and get a lock on the water, bring that bow back down and keep the boat under power.
Well, the crew's now really hitting top speed in this race out to the Cairns. You are racing with Manly Sawfish there, a great win in their previous heat. Now you're back on board with Nobbies. They've been pretty consistent today as well, picked up a couple of heat wins early on. Beautiful shot there from the top of Shane Barclay, the sweep of that crew as they power out in this race towards the Cairns to see who can turn first. Of course, you can't win it at the turn, Wilco, but you can lose it.
Absolutely. You see a lot of crews will mess up the turn. They'll lose 1 or 2 lengths. Where that becomes important, 1 or 2 lengths will probably equate to 3 or 4 on the run back in. If you're in the lead, you get the first crack at the waves.
Still quite lumpy though, isn't it? Even once they get past that first initial shore breaks, there's still plenty of swell to contend with.
The tide is dropping here today, so as the tide drops, the waves out the back will get a little bit steeper. It'll take the run off the boat on the way out. The hope is always that you're going to catch it a lot easier and a lot further out on the way back in.
Well, let's see who has headed out to the Cairns first. The turn is on. Want to make sure it's as smooth as possible. Looks like Northcliffe A have got the better of things just ahead of Manly. Nobbies, this crew from Newcastle, also in the hunt, but now the race well and truly on. Northcliffe A look like they have got the run on here.
Yeah, Northcliffe powering it up here. They lost a little bit of ground on the turn there to Manly. And it looks like Nobby's here. They're upping the rate, and you see the sweep calling them out of it. They're trailing towards the back of the boat. Get the weight out of the front. Northcliffe looks like he's left him in the seat there, and he's struggling, and you see them running off the back of the wave. So safety
what
first.
A shot it was indeed for the Northcliffe crew. They've fallen off. In fact, their sweep wasn't able to keep them on, and it's Nobbies, it looks like. Nobbies does have a run to the line, but so has Manly. They're on the same wave. Can you believe it? Manly and Nobbies now. Who is going to get across the line first? Oh, this is good stuff, Wilco.
And you can see the 2 contrasting styles there. Manly, Howard Christie has left their rowers in the seat. A fast option, but dangerous. Nobbies have got everyone trailed back, safety first, and hopefully they'll get across the line.
Oh, they've
straight.
powered up, Manly. Oh, they've slewed off. They've gone. They're out of it. They cannot win it now, Nobbies. Well, they chose the right option indeed at the end of that, Wilco. Manly still riding things. They can still get across the line in second, but Northcliffe A have been left chasing now. They were only just a couple of points off the overall lead. It looks like they're going to come home for last, which is by far and away their worst result of the day. How that impacts the overall point score is going to be very interesting because this is how they finished in Heat 3. Nobbies Beach get the maximum points with 11 ahead of Manly Sawfish, who just couldn't hang on to that ride in. It was a great finish from them while Mona Vale Black fill out the minor placing. So this is the overall point score. Ostamere Blue undefeated so far after round 5. They have maximum 55 points. Pagola Gold now back in 52 while the chase is on. South Curl are there. Northcliffe A have drifted off the pace ever so much after that last placing in their heat, while the Manly Sawfish are on 46. The Currumbin Barbars, can they still feature? A lot of work to do for them. As for the Newport Makos, Mona Vale Black and Maroochydore on 41 points. So the race well and truly on here for the Australian selection trials coming up, round 6.